shores.
Hi, Samantha here with Henderson Glass, your Michigan glass expert since 1915. Did you know that our qualified professionals can help determine if your windshield can be repaired or should be replaced in order to get you back on the road quickly and safely? As a general rule, if the chip in your windshield is bigger than a quarter, the windshield should be replaced. Many insurance companies will waive the deductible on your comprehensive coverage for a windshield repair. Call us at 1-800-ASK-GLASS to ask if you qualify, or visit hendersonglass.com.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done. Here with some quick tips that you can use next time you're looking for a contractor. These tips are so crucial, I don't want anyone to hire a contractor before hearing this. Number one. We've been programmed to always get at least 3 bids, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I also want to give you permission to say yes when you find the contractor you want. Remember, it might be a few weeks or more before a good contractor is available to start working, and the sooner you decide, the sooner the project starts moving forward. Number two. Ask the contractor to write down everything that's included. This forces the contractor to think what else is part of the project and what could potentially come up. Additionally, ask the contractor what is not included. This too will force the contractor to think about items of the project that may not be included. Number three. Get it in writing for how long the job will take. Just understand that this is a reference, not an exact timeline, because no two houses or projects are the same. If you think you need a penalty clause for the job taking too long, then be prepared for paying a bonus clause if the project finishes early. Number four. Look for a contractor who's solution-minded. And what I mean by that is look for someone who identifies and solves problems instead of placing blame. Before you hire someone, ask what happens when a job goes wrong. Great contractors will have great answers. Number five. You don't necessarily want to hire the cheapest or the most expensive contractor. The cheapest contractors are more likely to cut corners, while the most expensive are not necessarily performing the best work. That's why more often than not, the best value comes from contractors who are priced in the middle of the road. If you like these tips, I've got a whole hour of home improvement advice coming your way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
What you don't know can hurt you.
Alrighty, welcome back to the show. Here you go. It's the hardcore.
Around in your home. When there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us. What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Good morning. It is definitely the weekend. What's going on, everyone? My name's Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done on the Hire It Done Radio Network. 38 markets and counting. Hopefully in 2020, we're going to add another 50. The explosive growth of the home improvement market. Anyways, welcome to my show. This is the home improvement radio show that teaches you, the homeowner, how to fix, repair, or remodel everything within the 4 corners of your lot. You see, we're not a do-it-yourself show. However, I'm not anti-do-it-yourself. I just want to let you know that I'm pro do-it-for-me. So if you want to find a contractor, you want to know the questions to ask every contractor. If you're that person who likes to do it themselves, great, have at it. But we still have all kinds of great advice on this show because we have the best contractors, we have the best advice, the best content, and we want to teach you about home improvement. And the goal here is if you're ready to hire a contractor, you're ready to get it done, we want you to have what we say here at Hire It Done, hassle-free home improvement. Keep it simple. It's that easy. So what does hassle-free home improvement mean? Well, let me tell you. It means hiring a contractor and he does what he says he's going to do. It means having some fun, enjoying your project. And then when it's all done, bragging about it. Isn't that the best part about home improvement is bragging? I like to. Anyways, I want you to enjoy my show. I want you to enjoy this content. So pretend like you're sitting next to me in a coffee shop. Grab your coffee, get your notepad, get your pen and paper ready, and take notes because you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn how to forget about the others. That's right. You're going to learn how to know how to get things done the right way. And I got a good show lined up. I got Jeremy Marquardt from Sani-Clean Duct Cleaning. Did you know the average house has 25 pounds of dust in the ductwork? How gross is that? Well, we're going to interview Jeremy. We're going to be talking about what's in ductwork. What has he found? Has he found any drugs? Has he found cash? What has he found? I know I have a lot to talk about. What about dryer vents? Did you know your dryer vents can burn your house down? Clean it. We're going to be giving you a special deal today on that as well. And then, of course, I'm going to teach you how to save on your heating bill, get your house free of dust in the winter, and, of course, plumbing tips from our rock star plumber, Ron Alexander, who's, by the way, his birthday's today. So we're going to be definitely celebrating that. And you know how that goes. It's all about being fun, right? Just ask Greg Tittle. He knows how to give you a roof that doesn't leak. It's automatic with them, that's for sure. So before I get into today, I want to talk about a news story I read the other day that covered something we talk about a lot here on the program. A man in Texas fell off his roof. Can you imagine that? He was hanging Christmas lights. And unfortunately, he ended up dying. God, rest in peace, not making light of it. They had emergency surgery in the hospital. I just want to take a quick moment to remind everyone how important ladder safety is when you're doing a project that requires a ladder. Literally, be careful. It's not worth it. Emergency room visits are $30,000, $40,000 a year for people falling off ladders. We have guys that hang Christmas lights. I know everyone's like, oh, I should do it myself. Go ahead, do it yourself. You see, I already know from the neck down, I'm worth minimum wage. Is minimum wage $15 yet? Speaking of, from the chin up, I'm worth a lot. Because my knowledge is there to help you, my homeowners and my friends. So that's where I'm at. And if you ever have a question, listen, if you go to Google and then Google can't answer the question, just come to me. When it comes to home improvement, I'm better than Google. In fact, Google ruined the home improvement business. They're evil. Anyways, you can always email me, adam@hireitdone.com. That's the best part. So let's time to go to the mailbag. Let's have a mailbag question.
Let's go to the mailbag, brought to you by the UPS Store. The UPS Store. Pack, ship, print, mailboxes, and more.
So recently, the question from the mailbag was, hey, Adam, I hear a knocking in my water pipes whenever someone uses the bathroom located in my basement. Can you offer any tips I can try before I call a plumber? So your pipes are knocking. Interesting. Did you answer when they knock? No, I'm just kidding. So pretty much what that describes is what we call water hammer. Water hammer is where the water knocks against the pipe. But I'm going to give you the official definition. It's when you have water in your pipes, it's a pressure surge or a wave caused when fluid, usually water, liquid, sometimes gas, when it's in motion, is forced to stop or change direction suddenly or momentum change. It's commonly occurs when a valve closes suddenly at the end of a pipeline. That's what water hammer is. Anyways, my whole point for you is that you got to make sure your valves are open. You've got to have what they call a hammer arrestor. It gives a place for the water to run after it's stopped. Basically, that's it. And the best part about that is I got a plumber coming on later today. We're going to talk to him about water hammer and see what his hammer is. Does he use the hammer? But that's okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, I'm going to be telling you all kinds of good stuff, how to lower your heating bill. You're putting your heat on for the first time. Let me show you how to save a little dollar. For all the ladies, we can holla, save $1. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When there's work to be done around or in your home, when there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us. What you don't
That's right, it's the weekend. Perfect time to hire it done. I'm not against do-it-yourself. I just want you to hire a pro. Thanksgiving's coming up. Got a jam-packed hour right now for you. Lots of home improvement advice coming your way. That's what we want. Did you know the air inside your house is 5 times dirtier than the outside air? That's a pretty big statistic. But normally at the top of the hour, I give some quick home improvement tips or some of my favorite home hacks. But Thanksgiving's coming up this Thursday and next week, and I want to give you my home improvement Thanksgiving survival guide information, which is what we want to give you. And you're going to love it because it's good information. So how do you prevent a clogged sink for Thanksgiving? You don't want to clog your sink, right? That's the big problem. Plumbers are busy on Thanksgiving. It's like the busiest time of the year for plumbers. One of the worst things that could happen on Thanksgiving is kitchen sink getting clogged. And sometimes it's partially clogged before you even know it. I asked Ron Alexander from Shelby Mechanical, who's one of our contractors, what's the best home remedy for a clogged sink? He said, keep it simple. According to Ron, most of the gimmicks and tricks you see online aren't going to really do anything. Instead, put a little hot water in the sink, get a good seal on the drain with a plunger, and work the plunger straight up and down. Clearly, the old plunger works, right? That's if you have a clogged sink. But you got to be careful. That should do the trick. Now, if you have a prevailing issue, it's not too late to call a contractor, an emergency plumber, and they'll come out with a cable, an auger, make sure your drain is good to go. And it's a good idea to keep a plunger close anyways, right? With all that Thanksgiving food, you might have to declog the toilet after Uncle Al uses the bathroom. Thanks, Uncle Al. So don't be afraid, though, also to hire it done, if you know what I mean. And what do I mean by that? Well, think about it. I want you to understand that I'm the guy who's not anti-do-it-yourself. I just like to hire everything done. Well, if you're thinking about hiring for Thanksgiving done, party rental companies have everything from folding chairs, extra tables, glasses, flatware, linens. They'll do the whole thing. If you're that kind of a foo-foo, fancy, person. So you can rent the whole thing. It's like a party planner. It's not a bad idea. Now, what about prepping for Thanksgiving? Do you want to clean your countertops? Deep clean your countertops? That's a big issue, right? Well, how do you do that? Well, if you have granite countertops, probably due for a deep clean before Thursday, that's for sure. When it comes to cleaning granite, warm and soapy dishcloth usually gets the job done. But if you want to disinfect your granite,
Cyber Monday.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
welcome back. This is Hire It Done. And right now I want to take a quick moment to talk about Salt Sale Saturdays at Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in Brighton. And now they have a new location in Waterford. That's right, Waterford. Every Saturday, you can get DuraCube regular at unbelievably low price of $5.99 for a 40-pound bag. Get the DuraCube Red Out for $6.99 a bag, or potassium chloride for $19.99 a bag, plus 5 gallons of bottled water for $2.99 each. That's a deal. Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. I have that work done in my house, and let me tell you something. Water never tasted better for me. That's for sure. Happy as can be. Good customer. Anyways, it's time to go green. Winter's here. Did you know that? That means it's time to talk about saving money on your heating bill. There are a lot of different ways you can approach saving money on heating costs. Keep in mind that the best way for you might depend a little bit on what kind of house you have. For example, if you have an older bungalow-style house versus a brand-new ranch, you might not have the exact same problems. So consider the tips I'm about to give you as a general rule of thumb when it comes to lowering your heating bill.
It's time for Going Green with Hire It Done. Brought to you by Consumers Energy, Business Energy Efficiency Programs.
Interesting, your attic insulation is only R11, some people say, right? Well, we want you to increase it to R49, right? You'll save an average of $600 a year if you do that. So what are we thinking? R49? You know, some people say R60. R60 is the maximum. It's where you have the theoretical threshold of the law of diminishing returns. What I mean by that is if you go anything higher than R60, you'll pretty much waste money because you can't get any more efficient than that. Now, R49 gives you almost the same results. So save the money. Go with R49 and call it a day. And the average cost of insulating an attic is about $2,000. Okay, so on average, in 3 to 4 years, your attic insulation's already paid for itself, and it's going to save you $600 every year after that. Think about that. It's a big money payback. Hire It Done has really good insulation contractors. We've got Dana Energy Savers. You heard them, Tom Mackey and Sam Bagnetti Jr. been on the show. They give us great information. We like that because we want to give you good information, right? Anyways, you ever have a question for me, you can text us 97136 or email me, adam@hireitdone.com. How about replacing windows on your house? Is replacing windows a really, really, really good way to save money? You know, you see the ads. Oh, save 50%, save this. It actually saves an average of about 5% on your heating bill. When you take the cost of replacing new windows versus the money you save on energy, new windows take a little bit longer to pay for themselves. That's not to say you should never replace your windows. If your windows are old, I'm a proponent of replacing them. But the best window for your house, everybody should know what the best window for your house is. Text me 97136. What's the best window? I want to know it. Text it to me and I'll give you a shout out on the radio. What's the best window for your house? Text 97136. Now, if you feel a draft from a window while sitting on your couch, then you can improve your comfort by replacing the windows, of course. But you can also air seal your house because air sealing is the best way to stop heat loss. If you got a basement, poorly insulated rim joists could be costing you as much as energy loss as an attic. That's right. Go in your basement, look up at the top of the basement wall, and the little joist spaces at the outside wall, it's called the bond plate. That's where you need to have insulation in there. If you insulate that, you'd be surprised how much money you save. Now, if you have an older home and you don't know if there's insulation in the wall, people always ask me, should I insulate the walls? And there's no right or wrong answer to that, but yes, insulation in the walls stops the heat loss. The cost of getting them pumped into your walls is not as expensive as you think. If you have brick or siding on the outside or drywall on the inside, these guys can pump it in, dense packing, from the inside or out. So it's up to you whether or not you want to do a drywall repair or have them just do it on the outside. But hey, it's up to you. It's not difficult, my friends. It's not super hard. Now, what else can you do to save energy? How about upgrading your furnace? We have some great furnace heating, cooling contractors and Hire It Done. I am very fortunate. In fact, throughout the years at Hire It Done, we've had some of the best heating, cooling contractors. And Dave Burns gets a high five, virtual high five to Dave Firms. It's the one that's installed properly. Exactly. Dave, rock star status today. Thank you. Shout out to Dave Burns. Anyways, my point for you is heating and cooling. We are lucky at Hire It Done to have some of the best contractors. Now, if you haven't had your furnace tune-up yet, get it done now. Go to hireitdone.com. We have a $99 special. Full furnace tune-up is usually $129 to $149. You can't lose, friends. And when you have our furnace companies come out, you're going to be bragging about them. They really, really, really are that good. Running right, heating and cooling, air temp mechanical, Jen Wilhelmsen. She's a rock star. We're so excited to be building the heating cooling side of our business. Really and truly. Anyways, my point for you, my friends, is saving energy is the best thing you can do. Why? Because then you can talk to all these climate change wackos and say, I'm saving energy because Adam Helfman said, put some insulation in my attic. You are lowering the carbon footprint. So you're being green. You're actually helping the environment. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, my attitude is we need to reduce our waste, reduce our pollution, be good stewards of the planet. But that's it. Let's try and save some money. Right? Why spend it foolishly? More money in our pockets. So we can buy more junk like I like. Some Gucci shoes. Hey, you know how that goes. A new furnace today can reach up to 97, 98% efficiency. Now, what does that mean when it's 98% efficient? Here's what it means. If it uses 100 BTUs or 100 units of gas, 98 of it is used for heating the house. 2% is waste. Originally, furnaces were 60, 70, 80% efficient. Look how great it's become. 98%. I'm loving it. I haven't been able to do 98% of anything, including school. 2-0 and go is my motto. I had to learn. Anyways, it's important that everyone understands. It's nice to save money. It's nice to have a quiet home. It's nice to be efficient. Now with the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, we're gonna get that savings up. Amazing. Coming up next, I'll be joined by Jeremy Marquardt from Sani-Clean Duct Cleaning. The average house has 20 to 25 pounds of dust in the ductwork. Now, talk about some schmutz. We are definitely checking that out later. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Higher Done Radio Network. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Higher Done. My name's Adam Helfman. So we've been talking about hiring contractors, and contractors aren't the bank. We've already said that, right? So the key here is if you're a homeowner, you need to know that the contractor's not the bank. And so you have to pay when you're supposed to pay and finance the job. So speaking of financing the job, what do you do today with the mortgage rate so low? Do you get an equity line of credit? Do you refinance? What do you do? Well, I figured, you know what? Why not just ask the expert? So joining me on the Higher Done Radio Show, what's that?
Putting me on a spot here as an expert.
Well, aren't you?
Well, you know, we got to be humble about it.
How long you been around?
Only 30 years.
Okay, so I would consider you an expert.
There you go. Thank you.
So joining me on the Higher Done Radio Show is, how long we've known each other, Harry?
Oh, I'm sure we've known each other when you were back at Fairway Construction, right?
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day. All your relatives, everybody, your family.
Yeah, that's like 2002 or something. That's
a long time.
Yeah. So introduce yourself to the Higher Done audience.
Well, thank you, everybody. How you doing? Harry Glantz, Capital Mortgage Funding. Been around 30 years. Hopefully you've heard about us. And if not, we love to take care of you and your family. We've done so for hundreds of thousands of families in metropolitan Detroit and across the country. But, you know, Adam, you're talking about home improvement. You're talking about how do people finance home improvement.
Right.
What
are the steps?
Well, the steps are, I mean, you could go and get a home equity loan depending on how big the job is. But right now with rates so low and fixed rates especially really low, if you have equity in the house, which most people do at this point in time, you can refinance your house, lock the rate in, and take the cash out to do the home improvement. So I heard you talking about basements earlier.
Sure.
Right? I've always loved basements. I think basements are phenomenal. The question is are you doing the basement for your lifestyle, your living, you know, for your purposes, or are you going to do it to try and resell and recoup the cost? Well, you know and I know that you're never going to get dollar for dollar out of a basement. Bathrooms and kitchens are still number one.
For sure.
And 1A. Basements are for you. You know, man cave. I've got one. I think they're great. You have your buddies down there. You have parties down there. You watch TV, throw a couple big screens down there, a pool table. and let's go. But, basements are becoming more sophisticated. They're not basements anymore. There's kitchens down there. There's a lot of living space down there. And why waste that living space? So talk about financing it. If you have equity in there and you're going to stay in that house for a very long time, why not take the cash out, give it to one of your contractors, Adam, have them finish the basement professionally, which means pulling permits, right?
Yeah, listen, not only pulling permits, but when a basement remodel, you got to do an egress window, which is another issue that people don't realize.
You should have an egress window in there, for sure.
Have you been to Ricky's basement yet?
Of course I have. I love it there. Are you kidding?
It looks good, right?
I told my wife I want to move in there.
To it, but it was never the goal. We're just trying to keep our customers happy. At Village Ford, Michigan Avenue in Dearborn, we have to be better.
Hi, Samantha here with Henderson Glass, your Michigan glass expert since 1915. Did you know that repairing or replacing your windshield is vital to the safety and structural integrity of your vehicle? If weakened due to untended damage, it will not provide optimal protection in an accident. Henderson Glass deals with all major insurance companies, so we can help you file your claim. And for your convenience, we provide free mobile service. Don't delay repairing your windshield. Call us at 1-800-ASK-GLASS or visit hendersonglass.com.
The Detroit Red Wings host the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pre-game tonight at 6:40 on 97.1 The Ticket.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. It's a great Saturday morning. This is one of the topics I love talking about. The schmutz and the skuts inside your ductwork. People are like, what is schmutz? What's skuts? Well, we're going to tell you in a minute. But yeah, the average house has 20 to 25 pounds of dust in the ductwork. Now, I'm not making that up. I'm not trying to use hyperbole, gross exaggeration for effect. I'm telling you this because it's the truth. Joining me right now on the Hire It Done Radio Network is Jeremy Marquardt from Sani-Clean Duct Cleaning. Welcome, Jeremy.
How you doing today?
Is that true?
As far as I know, it's debatable. I've heard people say that it's not a right number, but I've heard lots of people say that it is. In my experience of 22, 23 years, I would say it's probably accurate. There's houses we pull hundreds of pounds out of in one house.
Okay. So can we get the rumor put to bed? Will you do me a favor and get a little scale and just, take the dust? It's in your truck, right? The dust gets sucked into the big truck?
Correct.
You got a little scale. Put it in a bag and put it on the scale.
The problem is a lot of the dust goes out of the bags out of the top of the truck. It's not like a HEPA filter where everything's trapped.
But
Some gets out.
Still, what's left over still got to be 20 pounds.
But yes, we get a lot of building materials. So I would say it probably is an accurate number.
Okay.
Because when we empty the truck out, the shovel loads weigh a ton. That dust is compressed. Like it is heavy. So I would say it probably is an accurate number.
So Jeremy, tell everyone a little bit about Sani-Clean and, then we'll get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I formed Sani-Clean Air Duct Cleaning in 2010. I'd worked for some other major companies for many years, and I didn't like everything that I seen. It seems like it's hard to find an accurate price quote on the phone and then to have a company come out and do the job correctly. And I thought I could do those two things just well. And so here I am, almost 10 years later. We are doing exactly that. We're known for our quality. I just try to tell an honest price on the phone, a fair price, good value, and then show up and do it the right way. And we make clients for life once we get there and show them what we do.
Well, you definitely get 5-star ratings at Hire It Done. All the hump owners that respond to our request about your feedback have all said 5 stars. So
it's
congratulations.
Good to hear.
Yeah. What is duct cleaning? Just for the average listener, what does that mean?
So each home, most homes I should say, have a HVAC system that blows air and sucks air. So the cold air returns suck air in, the furnace heats it or cools it, and then the supply vents blow it out. Now in turn, it's sucking in dust. There's a filter in the system, but it's only catching a little bit of the stuff, and the filter's halfway through the system. So half of your system's getting dirty and unfiltered, which is the return side. And that's where you see all the nasty before and after pictures. So basically, we suck all the dirt and the dust out of there so that your system is clean. So it's blowing clean air out. There's no dust in it to blow out. A thing that a lot of people don't realize too is most homes are filthy from the day one that they're built. The building materials are in there, or when they remodel.
Dust, moving, all that debris.
So even in a brand new house, it should be done right away, and then it'll be clean like you thought it was when it was brand new.
How long should duct work between cleanings?
I recommend 3 to 5 years for the average person. There's some people that need it a little more often if they're super sensitive or if they have big dogs in an older home with returns low on the floor. But the average house, 3 to 5 years is plenty.
Okay, so what you're saying, for everyone out there listening, if you want to get your ductwork clean, you don't have to do it every year. It's a 3 to 5 year deal. Basically, if you're a smoker, you got cats, you got dogs, you live on a dirt road or an area where there's a lot of dust in the air, you might want to do it sooner than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what's it cost usually, average house?
The average cost is around $400, for the average size house. And that generally will cover cleaning the furnace and the ducts. Sometimes you can get the dryer vent thrown in as well. And dryer vent cleaning is also a great thing to do to prevent fires. So it's something we do. If you're going to have your ducts cleaned, you might as well have your dryer vent cleaned while we're there as well.
Someone just texted in a question. I think it was Dave Burns. Why don't they put a filter system on the return air?
Because most people, and I actually thought I invented this 20 years ago. I was going to get hinged vent covers. I was going to invent those and have filters for each one of them. But a lot of people don't even change their singular furnace filter in their furnace often enough. So if you got returns in each room, you'd end up having 5 to 10 filters per house. The odds that someone's going to actually maintain that are much lower.
So, but what about the return where it goes into the main before it hits the furnace? Filter that, or it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, that is, like I said, that's halfway through the system. You've gone all the way through the returns, and now you finally hit the filter.
I gotcha.
The filter is mainly, it's going to get fine dust if your system's clean, but also it's mainly to catch big debris from hitting your furnace blower. So if you got a chunk of, like your kid puts a homework paper down the vent, the filter's going to block it from sucking into your blower.
Is there any licensing required for duct cleaning?
Absolutely. There's a mechanical contractor's license, and that is required to cut any holes in the ductwork. And in any proper air duct cleaning, you need to cut holes.
You do cut holes?
Yes, absolutely.
So you're licensed?
Yes.
I'm saying it because I knew that.
You have to cut a hole to put the vacuum on and also to put the agitators in.
We got a Facebook message. Be careful of the duct cleaning companies advertising on Facebook. I did some research and couldn't pin a company down. Location, phone number, licensing, and references seemed like a scam, so I told them to kick rocks. Let me ask you a question, Jason. What do we tell a guy like that? He must have missed your company.
There is actually some scams very much proliferating on Facebook. And
Really?
what it is let's say you got a guy in India. He puts ads on Facebook and every like Macomb County group, any groups that are there saying air duct cleaning, we do this and that. It's a real cheap price. All these things listed, no company name, no phone number. They message you. And what they also do is they go in the Facebook air duct cleaning forums and they try to get companies like mine and they say, who does work in Michigan? I have leads for you. So it's a third party trying to do stuff. And it's straight up a scam.
So you've never had the success?
There's not success in that type of stuff. It's not to say all Facebook advertising is a scam because it's not, but there's definitely what he's describing is exactly that. It's a guy in India that is trying to basically be a middleman.
Let me ask you this. We do Facebook advertising on Hire It Done. Mm-hmm. And you've been with me how long now?
I've been with you since 2016.
Okay, so we're at almost 3.5 years.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
Oh, I love it. I've done very well on Facebook.
With me?
With you, yeah.
Yeah. So for anyone out there who wants to know, the key is finding the right company.
Absolutely. Every company is not the same in air duct cleaning. Every company is not even close to the same.
Will you do a mobile home?
Absolutely.
What's it cost to do a mobile home property?
It's still in the $400 range, typically.
Okay. So for anyone who has a mobile home, it's still up there.
Oh, yeah.
Because still you got a full furnace, you got ductwork, you got to clean it out.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit more difficult in some cases because you can't go underneath into the quote-unquote basement and cut the holes. So you have to do it some different ways, and sometimes it takes even longer.
You got to get creative.
Yep.
Anyone has a home improvement question for Jeremy regarding duct cleaning or dryer vent cleaning, text us 97136. Go on Hire It Done Facebook Live. You can watch us live in the studio. You can check that out as well. We'd love to answer your questions. We've got Jeremy Marquardt from Sani-Clean Duct Cleaning in studio. The phone number is 877-600-DUCT.
That's right.
I like that.
Thanks.
877-600-3828 or airduct.cleaning.
That's correct.
That's a good one.
Yep.
How'd you get that?
Got
lucky.
We got lucky, but I like to say it's because we put the dot in air duct cleaning. airduct.cleaning.
Yeah, it's www.airduct.cleaning. That's a good one. Good job, Jeremy. So how long does it take to do a typical home?
The average house is 1 to 2 hours.
So you're in and out. Boom.
Usually around an hour and a half. And the reason we can be so quick is because we have top-of-the-line equipment. We have a massive power vac truck. Some of our competitors don't have that, and they take way longer and sometimes don't get even as good of a result. But I consider us a production machine. This is what we do for a living. We have the most powerful equipment, and we're able to do like an assembly line and just do these houses properly and get them done
Let me ask you
efficiently.
So you come into a house and the ducts have never been cleaned, okay?
Yep.
What about when the furnace has got a dirty filter? Do you tell the homeowner, listen, we're going to clean your ducts, but your filter's plugged? I mean, do you bring new filters with you? Do you carry one? Do you offer to install one for them? You're not the furnace guy. You're the duct cleaning guy.
Correct.
How do you cross that line or straddle that line? What's the status?
So what we do is we look at the filter system that they have, and if it's great, we tell them, how to maintain it. If they're not maintaining it, if they are, we just, refresh them just in case they aren't doing something. In some situations, we have a filter that makes more sense for them. It's an electrostatic filter with a lifetime warranty. We sell them for $80. You can get it cheaper with one of our bundles. If you're going to get your ducts and your furnace clean anyway, buy the bundle and you get the filter for $60. It's even a
So
better
what
deal.
makes your filter better than that? Because I know that you've got this really cool filter.
Well, the coolest thing about it is it's lifetime warranty, so you never have to replace it. So that's going to save the environment by not wasting paper and throwing all this stuff out all the time.
When you say lifetime warranty, what do you mean? Like forever?
I mean, it'll last forever.
It's cleanable.
Yes, it's washable. I've been selling the same filter since 1998, I believe. They're made in Las Vegas, so they're made in the USA. They're a great product. They're basically indestructible. If you let it go too long and you neglect it and it's super dirty, take it to the car wash and blast it out. It's like brand new again. You start over.
Can you put it in your dishwasher?
You can if it'll fit. Sometimes they won't fit because they're big, but like this one I brought
But
to
you
the
can just
studio
take a
today will
sprayer,
fit.
soak it. I kind of like that. I didn't realize it. Okay, how much is that?
It's $80 if you just buy it by itself. And
but
it
you
can
can
be as
bundle
low
it.
as $60 if you buy it within one of our bundles.
All right, we're going to talk pricing. We're going to also talk about if you have a finished basement. We're going to take a quick break, but we're going to answer that for Lisa in Westland. Keep it locked in here, folks. My name's Adam Helfman. I'm your host and your home improvement expert. We got Jeremy Marquardt in studio. We're coming right back with more duct cleaning. We'll be right back.
And I am in charge of internal and external communications. And on the external side, one of my favorite things to do is to come in and help educate your listeners about all the cool things they can do with technology, because there's new stuff coming out all the time, and it can be very scary. And it doesn't have to be, especially, with your knowledge and your ability to help people figure out how do they get it installed.
Exactly. So when we talk about technology in the home, there's like certain buzzwords that you hear: Internet of Things,
Right.
smart home,
Right.
smart this, smart devices. Nothing's like the right word or wrong word.
Right.
But
And they
it's-
all work together.
Exactly. It's the next generation of the remote control, basically.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
It's a good way to say it.
So most homeowners, not all, have a mobile device.
Right.
And it seems like there's a migration of technology that the house is using that will sit on your mobile device.
Yes.
Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, no, that's a great way to say it. The things that you would normally do manually, like change the temperature in the home, lock the door, turn the lights off, even close your garage, you can now do with your mobile phone, and you don't even have to be at home to do it.
That's the best part. So that's the definition of the Internet of Things.
Yes.
So the key here is how does Xfinity or Comcast impact or play a role in that? So everything that you talked about needs internet
Right.
or Wi-Fi, because
Yes.
most people use Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
to get these devices to communicate with your device, with
Absolutely.
the house and all that. And you guys are like the plug or the portal.
Right. So we are the pipe, but we consider ourselves much more than your fast, reliable pipe of internet. We want to be your technology partner, and especially as
the products and services that you're relying on in your home every single day are so much more complex and sophisticated than ever before. So you want someone who is knowledgeable and can help you not just figure out how much bandwidth do you need, but how are you going to protect all those devices in your home to make sure that they're not perhaps open to a virus. So that's important to know. We pride ourselves on not just providing the bandwidth to the house in a fast, reliable way, but what about that Wi-Fi? That's the vast majority of the way that you're relying on the internet versus being plugged in. So it's really important that your Wi-Fi is secure.
I think you're right, and I like
protection in an accident. Henderson Glass deals with all major insurance companies, so we can help you file your claim. And for your convenience, we provide free mobile service. Don't delay repairing your windshield. Call us at 1-800-ASK-GLASS or visit hendersonglass.com.
Powell Miller of the Miller Law Firm here with John Gurdon, Director of the Franciscan Outreach Program.
Thanks, Powell. The Franciscan Outreach Program is designed to address the basic needs of the Metro Detroit area and is run on donations made to the program. We are staffed by volunteers. Times are difficult for those without steady income. Please find the compassion in your heart to support the Franciscan Outreach Program, whether it's for a few canned goods or a monetary donation. In the end, it will not matter what you get, but what you gave. Call 248-356-6350 to help today.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. We've got Jeremy Marquardt in studio with me. Sani-Clean Duct Cleaning. So, Jeremy, homeowner Lisa in Westland texted in. Can you clean the ductwork if you have finished basement with drywall ceiling?
Oh, that's a great question.
Isn't it? Really good.
So in the past, in the olden days, which was a few years ago, you would be restricted and limited by how good you could clean because of the drywall. The more drywall in the basement, the less effective the duct cleaning is going to be. However, they've invented a new tool called the Microline that we have. It's basically the same whip that we normally use.
Microline?
It's a Microline. The whip is the diameter of a Bic pen, where our normal whip goes through a 1-inch hole. This new whip will go right through the grill. So if we can't drill from underneath, we can go right through the vent up top. We don't even have to take the cover off. It's amazing. It's revolutionized what we can do.
So when anyone has a finished basement, you can say, yeah, we're in. No big deal.
There's a chance there might be some slight limitation, but usually not.
You call it a whip.
Yes.
Okay, so explain that tool so everyone. And by the way, we have one here in studio. If you want to go to Facebook and check us out at Hire It Done, Facebook Live, 97.1 Facebook Live. We also have the furnace filter that we talked about. So, Jeremy, tell everyone what the whip is.
So what the whip is, there's several of them. We have anything from a single tentacle to an 8 tentacle. What it does is super high pressure air blows through there. In our case, it's 250 PSI. It knocks these around, so they knock everything off.
Like
they just go crazy inside of the duct.
And then it hits the duct.
Also, there's high pressure air coming out, so it's a double cleaning, and it gets every nook and cranny. Where when I first started in this business, we used a machine that had a spinning brush. Sounds like a great thing, run a spinning brush through the system, but in a rectangle duct, it gets one corner or the other. It's hard to control. It gets caught on wires. So this is like the miracle tool. And we use this in combination with balls that blow air either forward or back, so we can control where we get stuff. Because sometimes
so let me ask this:
you need the ball.
You stick this whip, into the ductwork. Mm-hmm. The end of the whip has like these tentacles.
Yep.
And at the tip of the tentacles is air coming out of them.
Correct.
And it whips really fast.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That hits the duct sides. It hits everything, and it creates anything stuck to the ductwork, loosens it up.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it's blowing air in there. But where is it blowing it all to?
So we've hooked an 8-inch vacuum hose from our big vacuum truck.
So that's that big pipe.
Right. So now your system has so much air going through it. As soon as anything's loosened in the air, it's taken away.
So that's a vacuum.
Sucked right outside. Yes.
Okay. So that's your whip is loosening everything.
Yes. The vacuum itself is just collecting everything. Just hooking the vacuum up isn't cleaning anything up. It'll pull a couple things out, but it's all about the whip. But if you don't have enough vacuum power, the dirt will come out in the house. So that's why you don't want a portable machine in most cases.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to make sure, because the whip is agitating the ductwork.
Yes.
All the debris is getting in it. The vacuum's sucking it out. but the only way it sucks it out is the air pressure from the whip blowing it towards the suck.
Correct. It's a combination system. One won't work without the other.
But you have two ways in the ductwork. How do you get it to go this way?
The suction has so much air, it's the only way it can go. So when you think about your system running, when you turn your furnace on, it's sucking in through the returns, but it's blowing out through the supplies. When we put the suction on, the air is going towards our vacuum hose, whichever way that is. So we don't really have to think about it too much. We stick this in there, break the stuff loose, the stuff goes to wherever the vacuum may be, which is going to be away from your rooms and coming out your vents up top.
Okay. And that's how you do that. Now, when you cut a hole in the ductwork, do you repair the hole? What do you do?
Absolutely. So we drill some 1-inch holes. They will have little 1-inch plastic things called cap plugs that snap into place.
Yeah, I've seen those in houses.
Airtight. You have pliers to take them out. They don't leak any air. The 8-inch holes that we cut, we put a piece of sheet metal, 26 gauge, with foil tape and screws. So it's completely sealed, 100%. It won't fall down. And we can use it the next time. And we also, our patches and holes are very well professionally done. So they look good. And it's a good selling point. If you sell your house, you could show that you had your ducts done as well.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. So having that done the right way, obviously. Now, if you go into a house and you see those plugs and then you know it's been cleaned in the past. Some homeowners don't know.
Correct.
They buy a house and they're like, but they don't know how many years ago. Do you put a little date or a sticker?
Absolutely.
What do you do?
We'll put a sticker on the furnace with the date and what was done. And that way, if they sell the house, the next person knows when the ducts were cleaned. We send out yearly reminders to our clients as well through email.
Okay. So that makes sense. Okay, let's switch gears really quick.
Sure.
Dryer vent cleaning. So there's lint everywhere.
Yes.
Lint is great flammable kindling. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
If you're a survivalist or a prepper, kind of like me, you should save your dryer vent lint. I always put it in a Ziploc bag.
We actually do the same thing at my house. We use it for our campfire kindling.
Right. It's the best. It's
the best thing there is.
It
lights up immediately.
Blow a hot air on it and it goes on fire.
Correct.
So the key for everyone listening is your dryer vent. How many fires a year you think in the United States are from dryer vents?
I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but I believe it's over 1,000.
16,000.
Yeah, it's way over 1,000.
16,000 dryer vent. Way over 16 times, way over 1,000. My point is, people should get their dryer vents cleaned. Can you come out and just do a dryer vent cleaning?
We do, and I highly recommend cleaning a dryer vent at least annually, if not every 2 years. 2 years is pushing it.
Really?
Absolutely, don't go over that, but you should do it annually.
So what about the foil vent? That some people have that loose hanging down. It's never done properly. It's not vented right. There's dust everywhere. You come in there with your machine, can you lower the pressure? Because you're going to blow that out.
We suck all the stuff out first and foremost, but then we generally, if it's what you described as a total fire hazard, if you got all this hangy stuff, like it's not designed,
it should be hard pipe.
The foil has to be pulled fully tight if that's what you have, and that's not what you should have.
Can you do that for somebody or not? Really, you don't really do that.
We do actually try. We don't charge for it, but if we see something that we can cut a little bit off and cut the slack off and stretch it, it's what we do.
So homeowners
I
don't
don't want to
know.
leave my name on an event like that.
Okay. So for homeowners right now getting duct cleaning, and they know their dryer vent, there's the dryer vent schmutz, the lint everywhere. It's super flammable. It's a risk. It's a hazard.
Absolutely.
What are you charging to clean just dryer vent cleaning?
So a dryer vent generally starts at $189, and that will cover like a ground level exhausted dryer vent. Now I'm running a special right now where it's $79. So that's quite a bit off from what it normally is. I have an even better special where if you're getting your ducts and your furnace cleaned anyway, I'm running a special for $409, and we're basically throwing the dryer vent in for free. So $409 covers your entire ductwork, your furnace, and your dryer vent. And that's good for any house up to 2,500 square foot with a single furnace.
That's kind of cool. Well, thank you for that. So formula 409. No. So 409 to get the whole house done. Duct cleaning and dryer vent.
Yep,
all
and
in.
the furnace, which is important.
And the phone number is 877-600-DUCT.
Correct.
Of course, my friends, if you're driving, you don't remember the number, not a problem. Just go to hireitdone.com, put in a request for duct cleaning, and then bam, Jeremy's going to call you.
Yeah, it's the one-stop shop for home improvement needs.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So that's a good deal.
It is.
A really good
It's
deal.
one of the best values that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I need my my dryer vent clean, I think.
Yeah.
We did a video.
Yep.
We got to do that again.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, Dryer vent cleaning makes sense. Duct cleaning makes sense. What about a scent? I like Febreze. Can you spray a scent in my ductwork and all, or is it stupid?
It can be done.
Do you have a product?
You don't want to really spray
cotton,
Febreze in there. You need a
ocean.
product that's able to be heated and not be toxic. Now, Febreze is fine if you don't heat it. If you
I
heat
don't
it,
know.
it
I'm just using that. I
changes
like the smell of it.
the properties.
What about orange or a new car smell or
There's products out there. I don't really offer them at this
Sharpie?
time.
I want to smell like a Sharpie.
Mostly what you hear in the duct cleaning industry is people talking about sanitizing the ductworks. And sanitizing ductwork typically is not an accurate description. It's more applying sanitizer. You can spray it into there, but you're not going to get every surface. It's not going to be totally sanitary.
So what do you?
So I don't even really offer it. There's a time and a place for sanitizer. If you get a flood and sewage goes through your ducts, yeah, you should sanitize it. But the average homeowner doesn't need to sanitize it.
What is sanitizing anyways? Is it like a chemical or something?
Yeah, it's a disinfectant that's.
Does that have
sprayed
a
in.
mold smell?
It does. They're scentless and it does have a scent.
All right.
Usually it has a cleaner smell. People generally like the smell. Honestly, the sanitizing bit is a way that a lot of the scammer companies get away with doing what they do because the house smells fresh when they're done, even though they didn't suck the dirt out, and the customer thinks it's great.
All right. Let me ask you this as we wrap things up. It's getting close to the end. Give me something exciting you found in the ductwork.
Well, the coolest thing I ever found in the ductwork was a 1939 German Luger. So
Ooh.
a pistol. It's a collector's item. Where I found it was really scary because it was where I cut my hole. No one put this down like a floor vent or anything. This was put into the system when it was put together. So I immediately thought the worst. I took it to the police, had it checked out. It checked out fine. It's not a crime weapon or anything. They gave it to me. It's a collector's item. It's worth about $900.
You haven't found like a pack of $10,000 or a big kilo of something?
I wish. I did have. I had a coworker at one of the companies I used to work for. He sucked out about $2,500 out of somebody's ducts.
I love it.
But it's
Jeremy
never happened
Marquardt,
to me.
Sani-Clean Duct Cleaning. Thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me, Adam. I always appreciate it.
$409 a whole house included the dryer vent.
That's right, and that's for up to 2,500 square foot for any single furnace residential home. Thanks a lot.
See you guys. We'll be back. Take care.
There's nothing like
Hiredone.com. When there's work to be done around or in your home, when there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us. What you don't know can hurt you. Hiredone.com.
It's the weekend. Perfect time to hire it done. Good morning, everyone. My name's Adam Helfman. Michigan State. That's right. 97136. I want to get a little poll going all morning. Let's just see who my listeners are loving. Are they a green listener or a maize and blue listener? As you all know, I got to disclaim right up front that I went to Michigan State. Graduated in 1991 with full honors. No, I'm kidding. 2-0 and go, baby. That's right. I'm the first guy to burn down Cedar Village. That's right. The first fire they had was on my watch. Anyways, shout out to my boys at Honest John's listening to the show this morning. Advanced Plumbing and Gang. They rock it out. Anyways, it's a great weekend. And this home improvement show on the sports station is number one. 37 markets and counting. And what we want to do is give you hassle-free home improvement advice. It's not that difficult. You want to hire a contractor, you got to ask certain questions. You want to hire a guy, get a good deal, and have him do the job. Keep it simple, keep it uncomplicated. But no, everyone wants to screw it all up. That's the problem we have. Contractors say yes to everything. Can you do this? Sure. How good are you at that? Oh, we're the best. How soon can you start? Oh, tomorrow. How long will the job take? A few days. Really? Come on. Who are you fooling? Contractors are good at telling homeowners what they want to hear. The reality is you need a contractor that is not only good at telling you, but they're also good at saying no. Are you a contractor that says no? It's important. because no means no. Right? Anyways, text me 97136 this morning. Maybe you can tell me if you want Michigan State to win or U of M. What's this? I think the line's 13.5. 13. The line's 13. So Michigan State plus 13 in Ann Arbor. Oy. That's a sucker bet. Seems to me, even though I'm a Michigan State guy, my prediction, I don't want to make a prediction. I have a friend we used to call the mush. Mush. Everything he said was always the opposite happened. In fact, we made a ton of money betting football just on the opposite of whatever he picked. We should call Mush up and tell the Mush and ask him, does he like Michigan or Michigan State? I don't want to jinx it for everyone, but it's probably a good idea. So we got a great show lined up today. What you don't know can hurt you, obviously, right? Yeah. Let me go to my expert just texted me. We're going to talk about this. He says Michigan minus 13.5, 42-10. D'Antonio gets ready to retire. That's the pick. Bonus pick is the NFL lock is Houston over Baltimore. College lock Auburn plus 2.5 to beat Georgia. Let's stick to U of M, Michigan State. Anyways, my point is we got to have a good show. We got to talk home improvement. Are you going to watch the game in a big screen TV? You going to go to a bar? Where are you going to watch the game? You got your 4K, your 8K, your super high def TV. Yeah, we all know. It's going to be a knuckle buster, that's for sure, today's game. So, listen, we have a lot we have to talk about. We have a lot of things to do. So if you ever want to get a hold of me, by the way, you can email me, adam@hireitdone.com. And we'll maybe pick your question for the mailbag. Let's do that right now.
Let's go to the mailbag, brought to you by the UPS Store. The UPS Store. Pack, ship, print, mailboxes, and more.
So, dear Adam, I was taking care of some fall cleanup last week, and I forgot to turn off my hose bibs. Usually, no big deal, except it snowed the very next day. Is it safe to turn them off in freezing weather, or should I wait for the temperatures to rise before messing with them? Thanks, Lauren. Okay. I'm the best hold on. Before I answer that question, guy on Facebook Live, I'm the best deck builder in Michigan. The Trex representatives had me install a brand new rail system on an $8 million mansion. First time anyone has ever installed a rail in the country. Well, sounds like you are. You're also self-promoting, and we don't know if you're licensed, you're insured. We don't even know if you're even telling the truth. But we know that you come in every week, try and tell everyone. But I'm going to tell all my listeners, don't use a contractor who doesn't promote themselves properly or one that's not licensed or insured. You don't have to be part of Hire Done to use them. It's okay. But, listen, if you're going to stay, at least give us good information. At least be, instead of promoting yourself, how about giving us some Trex advice for homeowners? Why be so selfish and all about you? I would never use you. So how do you turn off your hose bibs? It's pretty simple. First of all, you got to get frost-free ones. But yeah, you can drain the water out of your hoses for sure. It's important that you do that. And that's the easy part. So anyways, my point for everyone is make sure that you do that. And if you're going to hire a contractor, get one that knows, you don't have to use me. I'm not mad. I'm just mad that you just go jump all over my thread, right? And then self-promote yourself without ever adding anything except your personal stuff. What kind of BS is that? That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I got 7 ways to reduce your carbon footprint. I'm Adam Helfman. 30 years in home improvement. We'll be right back. everything that's included. This forces the contractor to think what else is part of the project and what could potentially come up. Additionally, ask the contractor what is not included. This too will force the contractor to think about items of the project that may not be included. Number 3. Get it in writing for how long the job will take. Just understand that this is a reference, not an exact timeline, because no two houses or projects are the same. If you think you need a penalty clause for the job taking too long, then be prepared for paying a bonus clause if the project finishes early. Number 4. Look for a contractor who's solution-minded. And what I mean by that is look for someone who identifies and solves problems instead of placing blame. Before you hire someone, ask what happens when a job goes wrong. Great contractors will have great answers. Number 5. You don't necessarily want to hire the cheapest or the most expensive contractor. The cheapest contractors are more likely to cut corners, while the most expensive are not necessarily performing the best work. That's why more often than not, the best value comes from contractors who are priced in the middle of the road. If you like these tips, I've got a whole hour of home improvement advice coming your way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com. When there's work to be done around or in your home, when there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. What you don't know can hurt you. We're people you can trust. For all your home improvement needs. Get advice from us. What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Good morning, it's the weekend. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. It's a great Saturday. Definitely a great Saturday. I think you all know that. We've got my good friend, Jim Seghi, in the co-host spot right now. Welcome. Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Adam.
How you been, brother?
Good. How about you?
I can't complain.
Great day.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It's always a good day. We got lots of good stuff today. We have a jam-packed hour home improvement, just so everyone knows. At 8:15, we're going to be giving home improvement holiday shopping tips, our shopping guide. And then at 8:30, you and I are going to be talking to Ron Alexander from Shelby Mechanical, talking about plumbing. I want to talk about, when you do kitchens, Jim, or you do basement remodeling or whatever you do, how you work with the plumber. And,
great. Yeah, Ron's a great guy. Looking forward to it.
Let me ask you a question. How busy are you right now?
We're booking into January.
So you are.
Most people don't want their houses tore apart during the holidays, but some are anxious to get it done. So the blend between the two always makes December a pretty jam-packed month for us.
Yeah, we knew that, of course. So 2019, it was a good year for you?
Yes, very good.
What's the majority you do? Kitchens, baths, room addition? What is your number one, like?
I would say kitchens are probably number one, baths are number two. We do we do a couple additions every year.
Okay.
Quite a few basements too.
I wasn't sure.
I wish there was a rhyme or reason to it, but there really isn't. People just depend on our expertise when they have a project that has many moving parts, and those are the jobs we do.
Okay. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So if someone wants a kitchen today, is there an average kitchen price?
Yeah, we normally tell people $30,000 to $50,000 for a kitchen.
That's fair.
That's kind of the, and we use the term average. I've done some as little as $10,000. I've done some as much as $150,000. So
that's crazy. What's in a $150,000 kitchen? Like, what makes it that much more money besides size? Is it have gold faucets?
No, you just do. We have 5 different cabinet lines. You use the higher end cabinets. It normally involves. In most cases, it involves doubling the size of the kitchen, where you're taking an existing kitchen, removing walls. So you're taking the existing dining room and kitchen and turning it into one. A lot of it has to, we've done Brazilian cherry flooring. Your granite.
Okay, so you can get up there. It depends on everything.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So, what are your predictions as an expert in the home improvement business? Give me a prediction for 2020. What are you going to see? A good year, a flat year? What people are going to? Tell me what your thoughts are.
I think we're going to have an awesome year, quite frankly, because the economy is still going fairly strong, and people understand that their home is an investment. And the other thing that helps us quite a bit is that in the housing market, you can't sell your house unless it's up to snuff. So, you might as well keep it up to snuff and enjoy it, as opposed to fixing it and
Yeah.
spending your money to have somebody else enjoy it.
Well, that's what that's what we want to know, right?
Yes.
So, what about cabinets themselves? Trends in cabinets. Is the white still a trend? Is it gray? What are we thinking?
White is always a color that stays constant, and it's probably about 15% of our sales. Wood grains, and the thing is, when you use the term grays, there's a lot of the wood grains where they're blending your grays and your browns, so it's not quite a gray, but it's a grayish brown. Mission style is by far the most popular style cabinet right now, which is just a plain Mission style, shaker style.
Sure.
Just a square,
Simple.
flat,
Keep it simple.
flat panel. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've seen
actually
a lot
did
of
my
that.
house, and I used a gray shaker. I just put the crown molding up last night. It's gorgeous.
Tell me about, I see a lot of people doing the island in a different color cabinet. You see
Yes.
that a lot?
Yeah, we do. It's really nice when you have an island. You can, we'll do it in a different color, and you can go as far as to use, say, a light island with a dark top, and then for the outside, you use dark cabinets with a light top. You don't always have to mix the two. You can use the same tops, but we're pretty awesome between myself and my team of designers putting all the elements together. That's really the key. Not the concept that you do, but making sure that it has the.
So we're talking with Jim Seghi from Seghi Renovations out of South Lyon. You do
Yes.
all of Metro Detroit, though.
Yes.
You'll go anywhere. Kitchens are your mainstay. You'll do all kinds of design, build, remodeling. But let's keep kitchens for a second.
Okay.
So homeowner calls and says, you know what, I'm ready for my kitchen. They call you now. It's the end of the year. They want to get on the list. You can be starting the cabinets, and you can be starting by the spring, right?
Oh yes, most certainly.
So you got it. You can get them in.
Normally,
the process.
you know what? No matter how busy no matter how busy we are, we're still run anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks start time, because we have a pretty awesome group of.
Well, you're
guys.
good at production too, so you guys have a pretty. You're buttoned down. That's one of the things I like about your company is you're organized. When the homeowner says we're ready, then you have a whole system in place, which always makes sense for a top quality company like yourself. So kitchens, you got the design process. There's so many choices today. Let me ask you, and we have to take a break in a second, so we're gonna just get the question out there. But then, countertops, very popular. Homeowner calls me the other day and says, Adam, I put marble tops in my kitchen and I stained them. I want to ask your opinion on marble tops when we come back.
Great.
I'm Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Marble tops in the kitchen. We're going to talk about it. I'll be right back.
When there's work to be done around or in your home, when there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us. What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Good morning. That's right. It's the weekend. Perfect time to hire it done. My name's Adam Helfman. I'm your host. Home improvement expert, fourth generation contractor. Done a heck of a lot of remodeling. And I'm here to share with my information, my experience, my knowledge, my mistakes with you, the listener, hoping that you learn from me, having a hassle-free home improvement. I want you to enjoy this content. We have a great show lined up. But, just a little history. Today and every day, we want to explore the topics of home improvement, everything that's popular, items that you might not think of. And as the weathers change, as your house makes noises, you know what? We're going to make sure that you get the best advice. You see, Hire It Done is all about hassle-free home improvement. We're all about helping you, the homeowner, fix, repair, or remodel everything within the four corners of your lot. I'm not a do-it-yourself show. I'm not anti-do-it-yourself. I'm just pro do-it-for-me, which means I'd rather you hire a really good contractor and get it done right than have you try and do it yourself, watching videos on YouTube or seeing some 30-minute TV show on HGTV and being misled that it's, a bunch of fuzzy math. Let's do it right. Call a pro, ask the right questions, have them put it in writing, have them perform, monitor the situation, pay them, and rinse and repeat. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So that's how we work here. If your basement's flooding and you got water coming in your basement, what are you going to do? Try and dig up a trench on your own? Go from the outside, the inside? Who are you going to call? You don't have X-ray vision. That's why Hire It Done exists. We're here to help you, the homeowner, find the proper contractor so that you don't have to worry. Your house is your biggest investment. Your roof, your foundation. Think about it. Why would you have anything but that kind of problem if you don't want to hire the right guy? And that's the issue, finding the right contractor. How do you do that? What questions do you ask? I'm going to tell you right now, this economy is really good. And good contractors are busy. A lot of contractors lose the ability to say, we care, we don't care. I'll show up, I'll throw a big price. If you take it, great, I'll make big money. If you don't take it, no big deal, I'm busy. That's a terrible attitude for contractors. But they're really busy. So what do you do? As a homeowner, what do you do? Well, I'll give you an example. Here's a simple situation. If you call 5 contractors, I would say open the Yellow Pages, but there is no such thing. Open Google. Go on Angie's List, Home Advisor, whatever, my competitor. And call 4 or 5 contractors. See how many of them show up. See how many of them call you back. Think of how frustrating is that. Most homeowners are spending more time planning a Disney vacation than they are a home improvement. So it's crazy. The key is planning the proper job. You want to remodel your basement? You got to do it. You got to hire the right guy. You want a leaky basement that's fixed up? You got to hire the right guy. You want to replace your roof? You got to hire the right guy. These are not do-it-yourself projects. Are they? Anyways, Hire It Done is here to help you, the home.
So I'm like, you know what? I deserve that.
Right. So you get yourself nice. So when you get a table saw, do you go to like a big box store? Or do you go to like one of these professional,
I usually go to more of the professional stores.
What's the one that's local here? I forget their name. Something Power Tools or something.
Marsh Power.
Yeah,
Marsh Power Tools.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's the place.
Yeah, they're just a lot more knowledgeable on the tools and
the best.
Yeah.
You can't get better than those places. So like when you get a power tool or a power saw, whatever you want, table saw, is there like one better than the others? Like a Bosch, Makita, DeWalt? Are they all the same, or what do you think?
You know what? They all have different features. And it's kind of funny that you say that, and it reminds me of just like doing a kitchen. They all have different features, and it's up to me to decide which ones fit my needs the best. The things that I like is for the table saw, for the guides to have the rather than regular slide bar, it's on a cable, so you can just buy the 16th of an inch and the 64th of an inch. I'm pretty meticulous on the.
So you're like that guy.
Yeah.
That's why you do such good work, because you're anal.
Yeah, it's true.
That's all right. Listen, we respect that. We respect that. Well, that's okay. It's okay. So let's go over some of these gifts that we think are good home improvement gifts if someone's thinking out there. The Prop Power Pro. It's a home improvement enthusiast favorite gadget. It's the one that makes life truly simpler. It's an extension cord, okay? It has a simple twist. A semi-rigid covering at the end that lets you wrap it around nearby structures so that its 2 grounded outlets stay put. I guess that makes sense. So you don't bend it when it's stuck into the outlet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Makes sense. And it's handy when you're working on a ladder. So be careful on a ladder, right?
Yes.
We talked about that. The guy recently passed away. And putting up Christmas.
I heard that this morning when I was driving in.
That's terrible. Here's one that I like: the Belkin Wemo switch. Wemo is an Internet of Things, IoT, so it's the smart home stuff. Even the humble wall outlet is getting a high-tech boost. Just witness the smart outlet from Belkin. Once it's been plugged into a standard outlet and connected to your home's Wi-Fi, you can control the outlet from your smartphone. That's kind of cool.
Yes, it is.
So you can turn things on and off from your smartphone. I think that's kind of cool. Now, of course, this is the favorite. This is one of my favorites, too. And I have yet to see a competitor do as well or better. The Ring doorbell.
Yeah, those are nice.
Right?
I've, you know what? I was actually used to talk about what you're getting yourself for. I was looking at those the other day, and I thought about it, but
no. Listen, you got to get one. Everyone should have one. In fact, the Ring security one. They have one of the floodlights. But anyways, the reason why people like the Ring doorbell because you know today, America's changed. Society has changed.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to answer the front door.
No.
Nobody wants to answer the home phone if you still have one, right?
No.
Nobody wants a home improvement guy to come to the house and sell them something.
No.
So that's the whole point of Ring doorbell. When someone rings the doorbell, ding, 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 whatever that noise is, you can pick your phone up and look and see who it is. So you can pretend you're not home. You can hide. You can lie. Or you can answer it from the doorbell from your smartphone. Hi, I'm sorry we're not home. You know, leave a package or whatever. But then you get to be a voyeur. You get to run and see who dropped the package off, who stole your package. I love going on YouTube and looking at people stealing packages.
Yep.
I mean, it's stupid, but it's like the pimple popper. Don't get me started on those videos. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Text me 97136 if you're a pimple popper video watcher. I can't get over those.
No.
My whole point is it's just voyeurism or whatever it is, people have attracted themselves to that. So the Ring doorbell is a great home improvement gift. Now, here's one that I always talk about. For years, I've been talking about this. The smart thermostat. Jim, what's your opinion of the, the smart? We're talking not digital programmable, the next level up, smart thermostat.
You know what? I don't have a huge knowledge of them. They look pretty awesome. I've actually been thinking about getting one for my home.
You should. Everyone should. Here's what's good about it.
Yes.
You can turn the thermostat on and off from your phone.
Yes.
It learns your daily habits. It's
good luck in that.
Right. It makes you it saves you money. It tells you that, hey, if you turn it down 2 more degrees, you can save $7 this month. Any little things like that encourage you. And then with the advent of artificial intelligence, you can have a great result. And I got to be honest with you. Here's something that's really worth talking about, okay? Artificial intelligence is scary, but the benefits and the goodness of it is so great that it makes people not believe it. This is something that I believe is true. I'm gonna make a statement for a second, okay? Artificial intelligence, fully activated, fully implemented, according to Bill Gates, can solve pollution in the ocean in 10 years. In fact, implementing artificial intelligence, we can clean up the oceans within 10 years using artificial intelligence. Now, tell me, is that the greatest thing you ever heard?
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with home improvement.
Nope.
But I'm just that guy who has ADD and I'm all over the place.
That's right.
That's what makes the show so fun.
That's right. That's why we get along well.
How about a Bosch laser distance measurer? Dads love tools and dads love lasers. I love lasers. I have a laser it's called a green laser. It's like illegal. It melts paper, burns paper, and when you put it in the sky at night, it goes right to the moon.
Nice.
Yeah, it's illegal. You can't flash it at
I got to tell you, I can't trust the laser measurers. I'm just too old school, and I got to see that 16th of an inch and 64th of an inch on my tape measure. And
are you kidding me?
No.
Seriously? You're old school. Hey, you are old school.
I am, but you know what? I had a client, and they're like, "Oh no, you got to use this laser measure." And we did. I think there was 10 measures, and 2 were different.
Okay.
2 out of 10.
They say the laser measure is like, it's like the modern, the lumberjack with the guy with the axe and the guy with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. But it's a good device. It's a good device. You hold it against the wall, you hit the button, bam. It's right there. It's
Yes.
super, super accurate. How about the Black & Decker Power to Go charger? If you're driving to see relatives or maybe picking family members up at the airport, then this is the gift for you. The charger plugs right into a cigarette lighter and can actually jumpstart a car without having to step outside. That's a good one. Of course, it can charge phones, tablets, camera batteries, pretty much anything else you can think of. It'd be gigantic, but it actually fits easily in a glove box and can hold its charge for up to a year.
That
Sounds like a prepper tool. I'm a survivalist. Did you know that?
Yes.
When the stuff hits the fan, you better come to my house.
I will.
We are going to survive. That's for sure.
And I'll be the chef.
Oh, that's right. Can you make freeze-dried food?
Yes.
Here's one last thing before we take a break. The Canary Complete Security System. Security systems are all do-it-yourself today, although you should hire done the monitored one. It streams HD video and audio directly to your phone while you're away. So you can always look and see. It's live at the same time. I'm loving that one. It's ready to go right out of the box. All you got to do is have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is everything today. That's the way I think about it. All right, we're going to take a break. We got Ron Alexander from Shelby Mechanical coming up. And we're going to talk plumbing as it applies to kitchens, baths, renovations. And then how to prevent frozen pipes. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Keep it locked in here, folks. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
HireItDone.com. When there's work to be done around or in your home, when there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us. What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
It's the weekend. Perfect time to hire it done. Good morning, everyone. My name's Adam Helfman, home improvement expert. Hoo-ah. That's right. 4th generation contractor. People like what I have to say, so that's why I say it. And if you want hassle-free home improvement, just visit my website, hireitdone.com, because that's what we do. We talk about how to get that. No one wants to get ripped off. No one wants to overpay. We try and put you in front of the best contractors. That's all we do. We don't always win, but we have a pretty good batting average, that's for sure. In studio with me right now, longtime friend and contractor of the year, Steve Iverson from Finished Basements Plus. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Adam.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so good. Look at me. I don't know what to do with myself. So, got a question for you. So, for everyone out there listening, Steve is contractor of the year. He's like the best basement remodeling contractor, like in America, probably. Been in all the magazines, legit. If you want to finish your basement, this is the guy. Anyways, how many people come to your office, meet with your designers, and say, "I saw the same bathroom and the same basement for $1,200"?
Well, I mean, that happens a lot. Where people are price comparing from other contractors, and it's really hard to compare price when you don't have the same materials, you don't have the same processes, you don't have the same people looking out for your interest along the way.
Right. No, and that's what you got it. And of course, when people, they don't want to overpay, right? But when you watch like HGTV, and they see this show, and then in a half-hour show, they remodel a full basement.
Right.
And they put a bathroom, a kitchen, cabinets, big screen TV on the wall, this whole thing. And then, we did it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we only spent $10,000.
Right.
I mean, I call it all fuzzy math. Does that impact from the homeowners' expectations for you guys? I'm sure it's an education thing.
Sometimes it is, but we're pretty good at establishing reasonable expectations, letting them know what we're capable of, regardless of what they saw on HGTV. Our whole business is built around making sure that the customer has a great experience at every step.
Sure.
So even throughout construction, which sometimes can be a challenge, we've got great
If you've got $500 and you make at least $2,000 a month, Lalonde's lenient lenders can get you approved for a beautiful new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. Worried about your trade-in? Don't. We need used cars more than ever, so we'll flat out give you more.
So, if you want a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, but your credit's not so good,
come see me, Rich.
And me, Tanya.
Today. During Credit Amnesty Week at the all-new Lalonde Land Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on M53 in beautiful MLA City, Michigan.
Call 810-724-0444 or click LalandeChrysler.com.
Lalonde Land Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
The Detroit Pistons play the New Orleans Pelicans. Pre-game Monday night at 7:35 on 97.1 The Ticket.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. We got Jim Seghi from Seghi Remodeling in studio. Welcome back, Jim.
Morning.
We now have Ron Alexander, professional plumber from Shelby Mechanical, and the birthday boy.
Oh,
and we've got
no way. That's awesome.
We got Ron in studio this morning. We got a dozen donuts with a candle. Only our Facebook friends can see that. You can blow that out.
Exactly.
We lit a fire in the studio.
Wow, your wish is going to come true.
Happy birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really nice.
I've been staring at those donuts all morning.
We'll dig in here shortly,
right?
Won't we?
Of course we will. Of course we will. So welcome to the show.
Well, great for having me. Yeah,
I'm glad on your birthday you were able to come in and share this with us.
I'll come in on any day. You know that. I enjoy it here.
Well, listen, you're a good friend of the show and a good friend personally, so I appreciate that.
We have fun.
So, Ron, tell everyone a little bit about Shelby Mechanical really quick.
We're a plumbing contractor. We get into everything. We do a little service. We do big commercial projects, small project. You name it. We get involved in it. We're well diversified.
Right. You'll fix a leaky faucet all the way to plumbing up a 30-story building.
Yeah.
A Greek restaurant, whatever it takes.
Exactly. Yeah. It's chaos, but it's fun.
So let me ask you a question. Jim, you're a kitchen renovation contractor or a full-service contractor.
Yes.
Ron does plumbing. You have to use a plumber on all your jobs.
Yes.
When the plumber is ready for the work, how long in advance do you schedule them?
Well, me personally, I'm pretty big on scheduling stuff at least 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time, but it's what I call penciled in. So when we do a project, we'll call Ron and say, look, we got this. We sold a kitchen today. You know, I usually, when I sell a job, I call every tradespeople and say, look, we've got this project going on. This is about when I'm going to need you, so that it's fair to everybody, because nobody wants to be a last-minute Henry. And that way I know that if occasionally if I do kind of screw up and forget to schedule somebody, guys are more than happy to bend over backwards to make sure I get it done, because it's not a consistent issue.
Real quickly, marble countertops.
Yes.
You ever done them in a kitchen?
No. I wouldn't let you do one in a kitchen, quite frankly.
Right. Why is that?
Because I am both your insurance policy and your financial advisor, and that's what I tell my clients, because it's so as far as in general, I won't let you do anything that is going to hurt you or be silly.
So marble, what is the reason why? Stains?
It's stains. It's
porous.
Anything acidity will eat it up.
Wow. What about heat? Will heat affect it?
Not really. Not heat. Nope.
Like hot pans or nothing like that? Oh, I was wondering that.
I mean, I told a client the other day, I says, as a renovation contractor, I have to tell you, don't put hot stuff on your granite, but I do it all the time.
Well, I do too.
Sometimes it could.
So
you
have what you have the rules that you're supposed to tell, and then real life.
What do you do, Ron, when you have a homeowner who has like well water and they got stains and
in their toilets and things like that? Well, I mean, they can take care of their filter system. There's things that they can do with that. Yeah, they got rust preventers. Yeah, it's.
They don't work.
That's all you really can do.
Well, you got to call Beauchamp because they have the red out salt stuff.
Do they?
Yeah, they're good. So, all right. Well, I didn't realize this. Recently, I have a question. Let me ask you this, Ron. Maybe, Jim, you can chime in as well. I helped a homeowner renovate a bathroom in a basement.
Yep.
And it was white tile, white grout. Everything was great. New plumbing lines, supply lines to the shower.
I remember this.
And they finished, and they put the valve on, and then they ran the water. Well, the water was dirty or old in the pipes, and it stained the grout in the tile. The homeowner's expert says, well, any competent contractor would have run the water into a bucket before they turned it on. I got to be honest with you. I've done in the thousands of bathrooms and kitchens. I've never done that, run it into a bucket ahead of time. It seemed to me like it's just a coincidence that the water was dirty. Do you run the water in a bucket before you run it into the shower thinking, oh, it might be staining something?
No.
Okay. So I'm not like the only one. No. Ron, you've done a million bathrooms.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's an existing home. The water's being used while you're there. It's usually
right.
If it's the end of the line.
It sounds to me like somebody cut corners on a cheap grout.
No, it was a regular. No, I was
Don't
there.
They seal it?
Yeah, but it
wasn't sealed yet.
The water came out rusty looking for a minute. It's not even well water. It was just this is a monster size house. There's a huge amount of.
Well, anytime you do shut water, turn it back on, there is a certain amount of dirt and sediment that comes out, but. Never had it where it's really stained the grout. It normally cleans right up.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not aware of that. Run across it. I mean, we do it sometimes into a bucket. That's only if maybe the shower's not done and we got an inspection scheduled and we need to set the temperatures, but not for a dirty water incident. No.
So, Ron, we just had Thanksgiving.
Yes.
How many calls did you get for potato peels in this thing?
Quite a bit. Thank God I was up north for the whole thing, but it's a busy day that Friday. Just for that stuff, disposals. Everyone just packs things in there.
Right.
I had a lady.
More plug toilets or plug disposals? What do you get more of?
Disposals, most of the time. But people pack things in there. They think it's a garbage dump. I mean, I don't even have one in my house. Never have. Never will. Got no use for disposal.
I love them. I know. I'm a fan of them.
If you got cast iron pipes, if you're in an older home, that's just a recipe for problems.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, eggshells are the worst. They pile up everywhere in those pipes. When there's a little belly, anything in it cast, a little dip, and those eggshells will build right up there.
Let me ask you this. In your opinion, you see third horsepower, half horsepower, 3/4 horsepower. Does it make a difference?
I don't think so. They've got some now. I think they're like $1,100 that actually, if it'll eat glass, anything. If it jams, it automatically reverses itself. And
really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Eats glass, so you can freeze a
you would love this.
Human.
Yeah,
cut the parts and
you would love this. Well, you throw everything down there. It's
anything you can dispose of people.
Yeah,
I love it. Jim, what do you homeowners ever ask you? Third horsepower, half horsepower. It's almost like garage door openers. What the heck is this?
Well,
give me one that just cuts everything up.
Yeah, for me personally, I always use a 1 horsepower, at least a 3/4. I don't use any, third horsepower. Just
no, yes,
it has more chance of jamming, and it just doesn't quite have the power.
So the latest one is like the 3/4 horsepower with the stainless steel blade. That every time you turn it on, when you turn it on this time, it goes clockwise. The next time you turn it on, it goes counterclockwise. So it spins automatically each way differently. Right. And then, of course, when it jams, you're supposed to stick the hex wrench in it.
On the bottom, yeah.
But I don't know, what is this for? Then I finally figured out years later.
Yeah.
Hey, it happens, right?
Yeah.
So
you really didn't know, no idea what that was for? Huh?
No.
Was it in a little? Because most of the time they used to come in that little leather pouch or that plastic, and you stick to the side of it.
But I had a guy. I never did it. Remember, I always had a guy.
You had a guy.
Why would I do it myself when I got Ron Alexander, right?
That's right.
Call Dominic.
That's a neck down job, right?
Right. I mean, let's get it what we think, So, let's go right to water heaters. I've been doing a little research lately on tankless, and I'm beginning to shift my my attitude towards tankless is the way to go because it's gonna save money, save this, save that. I think tankless is good for newer reasons. Takes up less space.
Yes.
Lasts how much longer than a regular water heater? Probably 2-3 times.
Renai's average 25 years is their life expectancy.
So 3 water heaters worth.
2.5 to 3, yeah, I would say.
But the space savings, the endless hot water, less, when you had hot water sitting in the tank and you're heating it all day.
Nonstop, if you're there or not.
Your opinion, what do you think about tankless?
I think there's a place for them in the market. My first question when people call me about it is most of the girls refer them back to me when I'm in the office when people call and ask about it. And my first question to them would be, well, why do you want one, first of all? And then I kind of deviate from there. If they have a need for it, a jacuzzi, if they have a large family, don't put it in to save on your bill. If that's the only thing you're doing it for, it will save you some. And but it's I don't think that's a reason to put it in. So usually, if they need it for any of those conditions, then we move forward with it and talk to them a little bit about it. But you got to go with a recirc system if you're putting it in, because it just takes a while to get hot water to point of use.
A recirc system. So this is what I wanted to ask you about, because we have to go to a break really quick.
Okay.
But recirculatory pump is in there because when you turn on a instant or a tankless water heater, it takes a little bit of time from the hot water to reach your faucet.
To get to the point of
All
use.
right, we're going to break all that down when we come back.
Okay.
And I want to ask you, Jim, when we come back, is it something that you add when you do things as well?
Great.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network, celebrating Ron Alexander's birthday today. I love it. We'll be right back.
HireItDone.com. When there's work to be done around or in your home, when there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us, what you don't.
So that we can have a hassle-free home improvement. That's the deal. You want to hire a contractor? You need flooring done? You want a kitchen? You want granite, quartz? What do you need? Well, what you do need is a good contractor. What you do need is a hassle-free home improvement. That's what we're here for, to help you get the best advice, to help you get on the right track for a good contractor. That's how we are here at Hireton. We want you to enjoy yourself. And again, finding a good contractor is impossible today. It is like the biggest hair puller ever. And by the way, that's why I don't have hair. Because I can't find a good contractor. I pull my hair out. I'm kidding. It's just me being funny. Anyways, we have a really good show lined up this next hour. I got Alyssa Fair and Randy France from Hard Rock Stoneworks in studio coming up. We're going to be talking about the chili cook-off that's coming up. And by the way, I'm the defending champ. So I'm going to be bringing it. I'm going to be talking smack this at 8:30. And at the same time, we're going to talk trends in granite, quartz, marble. What's color? What is there a trend? Is there things changing? Is gray still the popular? Is it white shaker that everyone still wants? Is there a transition? Is oak coming back? I don't know. You're going to have to keep it locked in to know. But, of course, it's 8 o'clock. 8:08, actually. 8:08. And that means I've got 8 tips for you at 8:08. That's kind of funny. Let's go through these tips, though. Okay, first thing I want you to do for this is lower the humidity, or because we have lower humidity right now, and it's cooler, not yet cold temperatures, it makes fall the perfect time to paint the exterior of your home. So, yeah, we're running against time. Yeah, it gets cold at night, but if you want to paint the outside of your home, you're at the end of the season. You got to get it done now. But you can still get it done. Speaking of paint, many homeowners don't realize that sub-zero temperatures will ruin both latex, paint, and caulk. Keyword sub-zero, right? So don't leave any extra paint cans or caulk tubes in the garage over the winter. If you have extra paint, leave them in a controlled environment. Obviously, be smart about it. But again, if you're worried about the paint color of your house and you said, yeah, for future I need to paint it, here's what I'm going to tell you. Take a picture of the paint can. Whether it's Sherwin-Williams, PPG, Behr, whatever it is. Take a picture of the paint can and then email the picture to yourself. Here's why. In 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 10 years, you're repainting something. You're like, yeah, I want to use the paint I had. What color was it when the painter says, yeah, I don't remember. Here's the paint can. Oh, I threw them out. Wait a minute. I emailed myself a picture of the paint can, and you can put in the subject line, paint colors garage, paint colors house in the year 2019. So then when you search your Gmail, you search your AOL, whatever it is, Yahoo, Email is forever. Just ask Hillary. 33,000 of them are still around. Anyways, here's my point. Email yourself the picture. It's pretty simple. Now, let's prevent exterior water pipes from bursting when the weather gets below freezing. Do this now. Turn the valves off on the exterior hose bibs. Or get a frost-free bib. Call our friends at Shelby Mechanical. They'll come out and replace those exterior hose bibs and put frost-free ones on so they won't blow up. You won't have water because when they break, you know what happens? The water comes shooting back into your basement wall. That's Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. We got Ron Alexander from Shelby Mechanical in studio. It's his birthday. Say happy birthday to Ron if you're out there. Welcome back, Ron.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Jim Seghi in the co-pilot seat today.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk real quick about recirculation pumps for tankless water heaters. So the one strike against a tankless water heater is it does take a little longer for the hot water to reach you. But then once the hot water is running, it's running.
It's
Doesn't
there.
stop.
It's there. That's the only downside, if you even want to call it that. But I mean, you can get used to it. I would just go and turn the hotter on, go grab some sweats or something. By the time I got in there, it was hot. But
yeah, but you can't. The environmentalists get mad at you because you're running water for 30 seconds. How much water are you going to waste?
Exactly.
It's like you negated the whole 1.6 gallon flush for the year.
It's
running
true.
the water to wait for your hot water.
It's true.
So you say a recirculating pump.
Most of them come with them built in now. It's just a matter
Okay.
of hooking it up.
So at the expense of energy savings, the pump now gets you faster hot water.
Correct.
Okay. Jim, do you put them in?
Yes. I have one personally. I love it.
Is there, when someone's shopping for a brand, I mean, obviously I'm not going to say go to a home, one of the big the big box stores. Go to a professional plumbing supply house like Advanced Plumbing. They sell good brands.
Right.
Yep.
Infusion, Aetna. So, I mean, Ron, you know, you could buy the most expensive tankless water heater, and if you don't put it in properly, it's worthless.
I use Renais. They've been around a long time. They've been in Europe for years.
So that's
California.
your choice.
That's our choice. I had zero problem. I've been installing them for probably 15 years now at least, and I have not had to service one.
Now,
Not
Jim,
one.
not one service. So there you go.
Not
There it is.
one.
Bulletproof then. Jim,
Yes.
you
I like the Renai also, yes.
Okay. So let's just say Renai's the one, the choice of professionals. Do you have to be certified? Do you have training?
We have training. We have them in at least once a year to our shop to go over anything that might be new. They were just in what you saw that couple about a month ago.
Yeah,
they
right.
came
They were
in.
doing so you're always continually educating your guys and learning the latest and greatest.
Yes.
It's like the Yankees. The Yankees are good. One of the best teams ever, actually. And the reason why is because every spring they do spring training, and even the best guys have to do the basics. So they teach them right from the beginning. You hit the reset button at the beginning of the year, and they start fresh. When I was at your place, Ron, at Shelby Mechanical, same thing. Your guys, you take an educational approach to your business, which is I love. You have that big conference room with all the plaques on the wall of all the educational things. And you were bragging to me about the training for Renai and the training for the latest and greatest for water heaters and everything. That's the sign of a really good contractor.
Yes, I appreciate it. We got Bradford White coming in this Friday.
And tell everyone, what's Bradford White?
They're a water heater company also. They're going to go over service on their power vent water heaters, just something that might come up.
Okay, so you're the latest and greatest. Keep
Yes,
your finger on the pulse of what's going on. Water heaters, 40-gallon, 50-gallon. If you had to replace one today, what are you going to tell a homeowner?
You mean price-wise?
No, just what would you recommend? Do 10 gallons more make a difference or not?
You know what? For the price, it's like $50 difference between a 40 and a 50. I tell them just upgrade to a 50. Then if they're going to do it, it's not that big of a difference.
So if a homeowner wants to get a 50-gallon hot water heater from you, maybe they'll discuss tankless. But what are we talking price-wise? Just average.
I think they're around $1,200 installed,
And that's
then
power vent?
Power vent's
Is
vent's
more?
about
Okay.
$1,700-1,800. They're quite a bit more.
Does it make a difference? Is it because it's more efficient?
It's more efficient, yes, exactly. But I mean, when we give them a price, too, I mean that's the price. That's us doing it, removing it, no hidden charges, no. The only thing we run into now is the vents on natural. They got to be increased to
V-vent,
4 inch.
yeah, okay.
So if that hasn't been done, but we run into it once in a while, but we've been changing them for so many years now, where most of them have been changed out there.
I got you. Makes sense. I didn't know, and that's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
Jim, when you're doing renovation work, and you can tell they have an old water heater. You always upgrade it? You ask them to upgrade it? What is your
Won't.
advice?
Yeah, I mean, one of the first conversations we have, especially when we're doing a bathroom and we start talking anything more than just a shower head, first question I ask is, I need to see your hot water tank, because the last thing I want is to put 3 body sprays in and you get a nice shower for 3 minutes and then it's cold.
Okay, good point.
Yeah,
so you're one of the contractors that I love because you're proactive. You're looking down the road.
Yes.
Like we used to, when my dad told me when we did a kitchen or a bath, you need to count the circuits. You need to go in the basement and you need to talk to them about the electrical panel.
Yes.
Because if it's 100 amp, they got to go to 150. And here's why. And then we would have to charge for it. But then the other contractors that are getting prices didn't charge them for any of that. And then didn't even bring it up. But when the inspector red tagged it,
right?
Oh, it's 2,900, 1,800.
Yeah, exactly.
We would always include it. So it's very, very difficult, but you got to communicate that to the homeowners.
That's correct.
Into the basement, sump pumps, battery backup, water backup.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, you seem to have solved that issue. You had some great stuff when I remember at your store. Let's talk about if a homeowner has a continually running sump line, they're always hearing noise. You can come out, you can solve all that.
We can't solve the water coming in their basement. I mean, we can put in pumps and backup pumps and try to solve that problem. I think you're talking about we were discussing
battery backup powers out
when the sewers back up into their basement.
That too.
When we have heavy rains, we can solve that problem. There's no reason that they have to go through that every 2 or 3 years when we get a heavy rain. You see these houses in parts of Grosse Pointe, Huntington Woods. There's something that can be done that can stop that from happening. And it's just a matter without getting too involved. I mean, you've got a backwater valve that'll stop the sewer from backing up, but you still have rain coming in. So we have to install a sump pump, a basket and everything. And I kind of draw it out for them, but that's right. The gist of it. But that can actually stop it. And then the sump pump will pump the water out. So there's no reason you can finish your basement and not have to worry about the city system backing up into your basement. We can fix
Shelby
that.
Mechanical can handle it.
We can fix. It's not cheap, but we can fix it.
Well, no, listen,
it's a lot of work. But
here's the best part about Hired Done. The contractors at Hired Done are never cheap. However, they're never the most expensive. Every feedback I got about your company, Ron, is that you're right in the middle. People go, "Oh, I got 3 prices." Shelby Mechanical's right in the middle.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, perfect. Right?
I tell customers that. I mean, I'll go to jobs and, well, I'm getting a lot of estimates. And I said, well, I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to be the cheapest. When you hear that. But I said, I'm going to show up when I say we're going to be there. Guys are going to show up in uniforms. You can go on our website and see pictures of the guy. You know who you're letting in your house. And then, people will answer on the phone. We got staff that will call you and say, hey, they're on their way. That all costs money.
Never cheap. But that's what the point is. Homeowners, at the end of the day, they're very happy. Jim, let me ask you a question. You've remodeled a ton of basements, right?
Yes.
And you've been in a basement where the homeowner says, oh, the house was pre-plumbed for a bathroom over here. Right? You've seen that? Right. This is a myth that we're going to bust now. Ron, you're the one, and Steve Iverson. Mm-hmm. You guys busted the myth, and I know Jim will agree with this. When you remodel a basement, guess what? You don't have to put the bathroom there. It's not that much more to move the plumbing.
We can put it anywhere you want.
So you can do plumbing anywhere in a basement just because there's concrete. You already know where the concrete and under the concrete where the bleeder lines are and all the
plumbing
drains
lines are. All the sanitary. Yeah, we can put it anywhere.
So you don't need to worry.
I mean, it just costs a little more money, obviously.
The thing is, when they have rough plumbing in a basement, it normally is just in there with no. First thing I say is they go, "I'm rough plumbed." I go, "Great. Where's the layout?" They're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, if there's no layout, it doesn't tell me where everything's supposed to go." And you measure it, and
it's never close, is it?
No,
it's never.
So you got to move it anyway,
right?
So you might as well.
So that's the myth: basement remodeling, basement finishing. You put the bathroom wherever you want.
That's right.
It doesn't cost you like $10,000 more to go over here.
No,
you know how to do it.
Yeah. We just gotta break more floor. Simple. That's all.
It's not that bad. And you guys come back perfectly anyways.
Yeah.
So Jim, and I know you probably already knew this, but that's the whole point. So the myth for everyone out there, if you want to finish your basement, don't worry. They can put the plumbing anywhere.
Yep.
That's the best part.
Yeah, and to take it one step further, you need to put the plumbing in the bathroom where we deem it the best for you. And that's kind of what you're saying, but I mean, I don't just I look at it and sure, if it isn't a good place, I'm not going to tell you to move it just because it's more money for me. However, if it doesn't really work there, it should be where it's best for the client.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because I think you mentioned on a show a couple weeks ago about privacy being a concern too, and that's a concern that we have as designers. You know, you don't want to have it where you open a bathroom door and you're in the middle of a big party and somebody accidentally walks in somebody and all 80 people down there get full view. I mean, it's just
right.
a lot that
We gotta
goes
be
into
careful.
it.
No, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. So, Ron, what's the trend for 2020?
Well,
Good
I don't know.
service?
I'm hoping the big projects still continue in Detroit because I enjoy doing those. A lot of restaurants and things that we've been doing down there.
Ron
great.
Alexander, Shelby Mechanical, shelbymechanical.net. Happy birthday to you, my
Thank
friend.
you. Thank you.
Doesn't it go fast?
Yes,
Time flies
it
when you're having
does.
fun. Jim,
Didn't
you're
we
the
just
best.
start?
We just started. Want to thank
got
everyone
another
for
hour.
tuning in. I want to thank you all. We'll be back next week for more home improvement advice. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Attention all CDL